You're at Mountain Road Trading Post. Mountain Road Trading Post has been around since 1972. In 1991, it turned into a paddle shop business. I'm the new owner. My name is Troy Brown. I bought it 5 years ago in 2020. We're primarily a kayak, canoe, and paddleboard fishing shop. We do fishing and camping and all the kayak stuff as well. So for kayaks, we've got every category except whitewater, touring, recreational, fishing kayaks, all sorts of kayaks like tandem, kids, inflatables, etc. So we've got about 15 brands of kayaks we sell here. I like fishing kayaks. This is what I do mostly. I always have a fishing kayak rigged up to go out on the lake. We do host a fishing tournament here once a year. It's been around for about 20 years. We give away around $10,000 in prizes and gift cards and cash. So it happens in June every year. So these kayaks are basic entry-level kayaks for new kayak users or people who want a less expensive kayak. They start around 400 bucks. Kids versions are a little bit cheaper. They are basically Heron 9 and 11s and Vapor 10 and 12s. They are made by Old Town. They're great kayaks. They're made from high density polyethylene rotomolded plastic. Very durable and a lifetime warranty. So they're good at a person wanting to do a basic day on the lake. Flat water. They're not built for speed, they're built for stability. They're built more for a recreational user, not a performance user. So these kayaks are sit-on-top kayaks. They're great for people who want to enjoy the sun and the water, be more exposed to the conditions. They tend to be lighter weight. They're made from different kinds of material. These are made from thermoformed plastic, and that's about half the weight of a rotomolded HDPE plastic boat. They're a little bit lighter weight. They're also a little bit more expensive as a result. The main advantage they have is their ease of access. They're easier to get into and out of than a sit-in kayak. With a sit-in kayak, you have to go into a cockpit, wedge yourself in, and also get yourself out. Sit-on tops are easy to slide your legs over and get in and out more easily. These run around $1,000 plus or minus. I guess the main advantage is the weight and the ease of access. Some of them have built-in spaces for dogs. If you like to kayak with your dog, the Osprey is a model that does it really well, the space up front for your dog to sit. So they have features like that. One of our specialties is tandem kayaks. We have them in thermoformed plastic, sit on top, rotomolded plastic, sit in rotomolded plastic. This is an ocean kayak. It looks like a T or an ocean kayak for tandem kayakers. Tandem is one of the specialties we carry. We also have specialties for kids, boats, a few boats in that category, a few in the inflatable category. So if you're looking for any kind of kayak, we probably have it. The only category we don't carry is whitewater. Okay, these kayaks in the corner are fishing sit-on-top kayaks. They're propelled by paddle, not power, not pedal. They're basic paddle kayaks with a sit-on-top seat, designed for fishing. A little more comfortable than the last boats I showed you, because the seats are bigger, they're frame seats, like a camp chair, and they're easy to get into and out of. They're very stable. Most kayaks will allow you to stand and fish because they're so wide, and they run about $1,000 to $2,000. Well, if you're looking to do anything else besides paddling, they don't accommodate that. Some of them, like the new canoe, can be upgraded to do more. New canoe is kind of a DIY platform. We'll talk about more in a minute. But a lot of these kayaks are just built for straight up paddle, simplistic grab and go paddle kayaking. The advantage is they're lighter weight because they don't have all the features on them. So they're easier to get into and out of a truck, if, for example, we get on the water. So these are our touring kayaks. They are as small as a 10-foot version. Most touring kayaks are longer, like 12 feet plus, 13 feet here, or 14, 15, or 16 foot here with the eddy lines. We have eddy line, we have Hurricane, Riot Kayak, and Boreal Design. Our primary brands for touring kayaks. We have sit-on-top and sit-in versions. Almost all of them are thermoformed plastic because they're built more for performance. These are primarily used for people who want to go fast. These boats are built for speed. They're a little narrower. They're lower to the water. So paddling is more intimate. You're closer to the water with your paddling. And they're definitely built for speed and cruising. People like to go from point to point and travel a lot of miles, a lot of distance in the ocean or in freshwater. Smaller versions start around $1,200 for the short ones. And they go up to almost $2,000 depending on the boat. We do have this one here in particular. It's really popular. It's a 10-foot version. It's 30.2 pounds. So for people, older folks or sometimes ladies looking for a lighter weight boat they can handle on their own, this is a great option. It's very stable, it paddles well, and it only weighs 30.2 pounds for a 10-foot kayak. Some of these have windows. This one has a window, for example. They come with or without windows. The window allows you to see what's beneath you. Some people like that, some people don't. They come with or without windows. So these are our pedal kayaks. There's 3 or 4 racks of those, around 10 to 15 different pedal kayaks. They come in 10, 12, and 13-foot sizes. The prices start around the low 2000s and go up to $3,500, $3,600. So they're all stable. You can stand and fish in them. Some of the key differentiators are, can you add a motor to it? Can you actually upgrade? Is there a motor upgrade path? Yes or no? How stable is it? How heavy is it? Weight's a big factor when you're moving a kayak around. The kayaks that come from Native Watercraft, Bonafide, Old Town, the drives have been around for a long time. These drives are tried and true. This is a 7th generation Series 7 Propel drive. This over here is an Old Town drive. Old Town drive's been around for a long time as well. They're tried and true drives. Very durable, lasts a long time. A pedal kayak gives you the ability to use your legs. It's your largest muscle in your body. You're gonna last longer with a pedal kayak than with your arm. Your arms get tired faster than your legs. Plus you go further and faster with your legs than you can with a prop versus paddling. So paddling is gonna be a little bit slower, a little bit more leisurely, and you'll probably tire quicker with your arms than you will with your legs. We carry Stellar kayaks as well. Stellar kayaks are performance kayaks. They're performance because they're built for speed. They're really fun to paddle. They actually are longer boats, 14, 16, or even up to 18 and 20 foot boats. A properly pedaled Stellar kayak is faster than any kayak I have with a motor on it. People can't believe that, but it's true. Longer kayaks are actually track really well and they're super fast. And these boats are also light. They're not made from plastic. They're made from layup materials, like Kevlar and other kinds of layup materials. So they're very lightweight. A 16-foot boat can be as light as 35 pounds. So lightweight compared to any other form of construction. And that construction that makes them expensive. They're harder to make in that regard. These boats will cost in the $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 range, depending. But as you can see, they look really cool. This is an all red Stellar S14 G2. Super sleek, super fast. Reminds me of a Corvette. Or maybe British Racing Green's style. If it is, this is your color palette here. So these are our power kayaks. They're mostly all, in this case, from Old Town. These are kayaks that have a built-in motor. We have AutoPilots, a 12-foot and a 13.5-foot version. We also have this new ePDL. The ePDL is kind of cool because it's like an e-bike. You can pedal with your feet or get a power assist with a motor, go full motor like on cruise control, or full pedal. So 0 help or 100% help at your discretion. So as far as power kayaks go, almost any kayak, or a lot of kayaks I should say, can have power added to them in the form of a motor. Bow mount motors give you the ability to have GPS spotlight. Rear mount motors give you the ability to have higher torque and higher speeds. Some people put motors on both the front and the back, take advantage of the advantages for each. But this kayak from New Canoe, and all the kayaks from New Canoe are great because they are a DIY platform. They have lots of top loading track throughout the boat, lots of accessories that fit into the track in various places, and they give the user the ability to decide how they want to outfit their boat. How many seats, whether they add lights, whether they add motors, whether they add electronics, fish finders, all kinds of accessories. Basically, you trick out the boat how you want. This boat gives you the platform to do that. A nice wide flat deck gives you the ability to walk around. A nice wide platform makes it very stable. This is the Unlimited. The U-Max we'll have in 2 or 3 weeks. U-Max is the latest one from the family from New Canoe. It's a 13.5-foot boat and it's going to be great. You also have a U10, a smaller version called a U10. So to have a powered kayak, you're probably talking about a minimum of $3,000, like a 106 MK from Minn Kota, or $3,500 for FluxJet. FluxJet is a new kayak brand. It's the first of its kind of a jet ski motor attached to the kayak. And that kayak will be here in the spring. That'll run around $3,500. And then from there, most of the kayaks, whether you buy a motor in it like an AutoPilot, whether you add a motor to it, and all the features and batteries and things that are required to make it happen, you're gonna sit around $5,000 for a basic power kayak. The advantage of the power kayaks that have drop-in motors is that they're integrated. No muss, no fuss. They're all kind of put together as an integrated package. The advantage is you get one tried and true, fully integrated kayak. It's got a lot of power associated with it. The disadvantage is you can't do a lot of customization to these. They're born a power kayak. They're gonna die a power kayak. They're gonna put things where they want them, the pedals and steering and battery locations, seat locations, motor locations. That's decided for you. If it's a good fit for you and it works well, it'll work great. If your guy likes to customize, you're gonna look at a different platform. So batteries on kayaks are used to power lights, motors, and electronics. Depending on how much of those things you have in your kayak, that'll determine how big a battery you need. There's also different kinds of batteries. There's lead acid batteries, which tend to be cheaper, but very heavy. And because of their weight, they tend to be the ones that are not used very often. Most people for a kayak use a lithium battery because it's lighter weight. Lithium comes in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes it comes in specific form factors that are unique to the brand. This is a low pro briefcase battery from Newport that fits either a 36 or a 24 volt battery, 24 volt motor. It's very unique to their products. It's specialized in that regard. You also have batteries like Amped Outdoors that can fit a wide variety of batteries, as well as solid state marine. So on lithium batteries, there's kind of two things going on. There's the size, there's the voltage. You need a 12 volt, 24 volt, 36 volt or higher system. There's also the amp hours. Amp hours gives you a sense of capacity. The more amp hours you have, the bigger capacity you have, the longer it will last. And there's some advantages. The longer it will last means the fewer times you have to take it off to go charge it. Less hassle means, more enjoyment, greater convenience. That's a factor as well. So weight is also a factor as well. These solid state marine batteries are about a third lighter than the other lithium batteries that are on the market today. A little more expensive as a result, but that lightweight comes in the same amount of power being available in a smaller form factor. People would choose a solid state marine battery over other lithium, primarily because they're concerned about weight. This battery is lighter than an equivalent amount of capacity and voltage in the lithium battery. They are about 25 to 50% lighter on the weight. They have about twice the density, which means you can get the same form factor Group 31 battery. You get twice the amount of amp hours in a solid state than you could in a lithium. Or you can shrink the size down to about half of the size and get the equivalent amount of power. Also, these batteries have a higher output signal. So in a lot of kayak applications, you have to separate your 12 volt electronics from your 12 volt motors. Make sure those are on different voltage systems, different batteries, because the interference from the motor will cause issues with the electronics in the fish finder because the power signal is not as high quality. These batteries produce a 16 volt signal. It's a high quality signal. You can put both electronics and your motor on the same battery. That has the advantage of simplifying the kayak rig, the build, fewer batteries, fewer connections, fewer failure points. And it makes it easier to use because you have one battery to maintain and manage versus several. Plus, for those of us who live in the Northeast, temperature is a factor. These lithium batteries operate much better in cold weather than lead acid do. And the solid state marine batteries here can go down to minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. So a big range of operating temperatures, much better, higher performance in cold weather, more resilient in cold weather than other batteries are.
I'm an owner of the solid state marine. I have the 210 amp hour 12 volt. Put it on my new canoe with the bow mount Terranova Minn Kota. I got the battery, two primary reasons. One, to lose weight. My old setup, I had a 12 volt 110 and a 12 volt 80. I'd bring that 80 as a backup on the bigger lakes such as Champlain, Winnipesaukee. I'm a tournament guy, so I fish 8 hours a day. I also had two 24s in parallel that I ran my electronics. I ran two Lowrance units, a Humminbird unit, and my black box for forward-facing sonar. By getting that 210 at 15 pounds, I was able to eliminate all those other batteries and gain, to my benefit, about 15 to 20 pounds in weight. So a little bit faster, a little bit lighter, better off in the end. Main reason being weight. Second reason is to have a tight ship, meaning that you have one battery for all uses. I don't have to bring multiple chargers when I go on trips. I have to bring multiple battery chargers, but I would bring two battery chargers, one for my electronics, one for the main power, but now I just need to charge the one battery. At 210 amp hours, I can fish an 8-hour tournament running my motor, spot lock, all my graphs, and with the Bluetooth monitor, I can say that I've never hit 50% of power. So I can go for a 2-day tournament without bringing a charger if I wanted to. Another reason I got it is because a lot of my weight was in the bow, up by the bow mount trolling motor. So I was able to move some of those batteries out of the boat. And that way, when I'm with the bow mount, I'm not so much plowing the water with my bow mount in the kayaks. So this is similar to my setup. I have a new canoe and I have this pod. This pod, I held all my electronics. So in here, I had two 24 amp batteries that ran all my graphs. I had my onboard charger, which I took out. So I was able to take out the two batteries and the onboard charger, and getting that out of here, lifted the bow of the boat, and my 210 now sits in the back, which again gives me a little bit more rise in the front.
Paddles are a function of weight and pricing. Pricing is almost directly correlated with weight. You need to make sure the right length of paddle as well. Length is determined by how tall you are, which is what your wingspan is, how wide the boat you're on is. The wider the boat, the longer the paddle. The taller the person, the longer the paddle. And how far the seat you're sitting on, how far you are off the deck. If you're in a sitting kayak, you're down on the hull. That's one thing. If you're up high in a fishing kayak seat like this off the deck, you're further off the water. Higher seats being longer paddles. We typically sell paddles for most kayakers in the 250 to 280 centimeter range, but performance kayaks can be anywhere from 200 to 240. So material-wise, cost is also a function of material. You have fiberglass shafts, you have resin blades or plastic or resin blades. You have carbon fiber shafts and carbon fiber blades. This is the cool one. It's the first of its kind. With the branches, Angler Pro. Paddles used to be made with a shaft and a blade. You can see a collar here where they're welded together and are glued together. This is one continuous surface where you get a carbon fiber shaft, a carbon fiber blade. It's very lightweight. And this threaded here, these threads are on the outside edge. Help protect the blade from chipping.
This is our warehouse. In here we have over 600 kayaks. We are the largest dealer with most kayaks in New England. We have New Canoe, Stellar, Old Town, soon to have FluxJet, recreational, and fishing. If you're looking for a kayak and you don't want to wait, we have the largest selection in New England. If you have any questions regarding kayaks for the Northeast area, we're sure to have them in stock. Give us a call and we'll help you out.